What's up guys, welcome back to Chris Wong Vlogs and welcome to my crew cabin here on board the Ovation of the Seas, my home away from home. Now, what I want to talk about now is what is going to be my plan after I quit my job as a crew member on board cruise ships, because I recently did a live stream with Jay from the Ship Life, and right at the end of the interview, did you call it an interview? No, right at the end of the live stream, he asked me what's my plan moving forward. Okay, what do I plan to do after I ultimately finish working on cruise ships? And I did briefly talk about how I would ultimately like to make that transition from crew member to full-time YouTuber and content creator. After that live stream, it did spark a bit of conversation, because I noticed some of you guys then started messaging me and commenting on my videos asking, oh Chris, are you going to quit your job now? Are you leaving to do YouTube soon? So I just want to squash any potential kind of rumors, if there are any out there, that I don't actually have a plan yet as to when I will ultimately finish my time here as a crew member on board, because I think a lot of you will probably already understand and are already aware, but there are maybe some of you out there that this may come to you as a shock. But I do not want to be a crew member for the rest of my life. I've actually been doing this now for quite a long time, over the course of a 9-year period. I started working on ships back in 2013 when I came straight out of university. So this has been a huge part of my life already, and has been the only kind of real job I've had. This is the only career I've actually had, and ultimately I do have hopes and dreams of being a full-time YouTuber and content creator. So this now leads me to talking about the two biggest sort of news that's in the Royal Caribbean space right now, and this is their two brand new ships, Utopia of the Seas and Icon of the Seas. Firstly, in 2023, next year, Icon of the Seas will be launching, which is going to be a brand new class of ships which Royal at this point have not actually mentioned too much about. And then the year after, 2024, Utopia of the Seas will be launching as the newest Oasis class ship within the Royal Caribbean fleet. So the first thing I actually want to ask you is, what do you guys think of the name Utopia of the Seas? Because looking at all of the forums and what you guys say on Facebook, there is a lot of negativity, okay? There's a lot of not so nice things about the name. It seems like a lot of you actually don't like the name Utopia, and to be honest, when I first heard of the name, I was a bit like, okay, it does sound a little unusual. But then when I actually went on Google and I actually looked up to see what the term utopia means, like the definition of the word, it's something along the lines of creating a state of perfection or something like that. So that got me thinking, okay, what's Royal trying to say here? Are they about to create the most perfect cruise line? Because if that's the case, not cruise line, are they about to create the most perfect ship? Because if that's the case, maybe it's a very fitting name. I don't know. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of the name Utopia of the Seas for the next Oasis class ship. Alright, now let's move on to Icon of the Seas, which is launching next year. Okay, brand new class of ships. Nobody knows what's going to be on the ship. Nobody knows anything about it. I don't have any inside information on it. But what I do know is that Icon of the Seas is going to be launching out of the UK. It's going to be sailing out of Southampton and then ultimately making its way over to the US, I assume. But this is what I want to talk about, because I'm hoping now that there is some possibility that I can go on board Icon of the Seas as a guest to ultimately just make YouTube videos for you guys and just create content on the brand new Icon class of Royal Caribbean ships. Like, how cool would that be for me to be one of the first people in the world? The ship sailing out of the UK, Southampton, which is not far for me in terms of where I live in the UK. I mean, it's ultimately a train ride away for me to get to Southampton port. So I could literally be one of the first people in the world to board this brand new ship, this brand new class of ships, and this would, I think, be the perfect start to me transitioning from crew member to full-time content creator. What do you guys think? Like, Royal, if anyone at Royal is watching this right now, please send me as a guest on board Icon of the Seas next year as one of the first people in the UK, in the world, to show what this ship has to offer. Because, I mean, let's face it, you guys know that I would be vlogging absolutely everything on board the ship, and I would hands down make such better videos compared to any other UK influencer out there. Me and Jay actually talked about this as well in our live stream, saying like, how cool would it be if me and him together went on board Icon of the Seas next year as guests, just making awesome cruise ship videos, trying to do things that, you know, nobody else would be doing on board. Like what do you guys think? Would you guys like to see me transition into that role from crew member to guest and continue making YouTube videos? Because to me, I think that's the direction I'm heading in. I feel like when the time is right and I feel like I don't need to be a crew member anymore, and you know, I'm in a position where I can do YouTube and content creating full time, would you guys like to see me on Icon of the Seas? Let me know. I am speaking it into existence right now. I just want to clarify that this isn't me saying that I am unhappy being a crew member or I don't want this life anymore or anything like that. But I am the type of person that likes to progress in life, and I feel like I have finally or almost achieved everything that I could have possibly wanted from this experience, from being a crew member on board cruise ships, and now I am ready to move on to the next phase of my life. And I feel like this transition from crew member to YouTuber, and personally I feel like this is what will actually make me very happy as well. And again, it's not that I'm not unhappy here, but I would just like to see what that next progression is in my life, and I think this is the direction that I want to head in. In terms of how well and successful my YouTube channel is actually going right now, I actually owe it all to Royal Caribbean. I wouldn't have this YouTube channel if it wasn't for me working on board these Royal Caribbean ships, and I wouldn't have this community if it wasn't for my job and everything that I do on board. And this life, working for Royal Caribbean has actually changed my life. Working on board cruise ships gives you a whole new perspective into the world that no other job will ever be able to give you. And I tell people that all the time, and anyone who's looking for advice to work on a cruise ship, I always say these things. But ultimately, yes, I am ready to move on to that next stage of my life sooner rather than later. So some of you may be wondering now, well, if there's nothing wrong with your job and you are still happy working at Royal Caribbean, why do you want to leave? Why do you not just be happy and stay where you are? Well, there's a couple of reasons actually. So first of all, now there is more to life than money, okay? I am not someone who is motivated by money, but financially I can make a hell of a lot more money doing YouTube than I ever could working as a crew member, and that's just fact. In fact, right now, financially, there are times where I actually do earn more money on my YouTube channel in a single month compared to what I earn in a month as a crew member. And secondly, I love the entrepreneurship of being a YouTuber and full-time content creator. When I'm making videos and posting videos on my YouTube channel, I am the boss, alright? I am in charge of me, I'm in charge of quite literally everything. I can decide how hard or how little I want to work in a single month. I can decide what to post, when to post. I don't have to report to a manager. I don't have to report to a supervisor. I don't have anybody telling me what I should and shouldn't do. I am in complete control of everything. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having a boss or a manager in life. Obviously, we all have bosses and managers. I have worked with some of the best managers who I consider friends now from working on board the ship, but ultimately being your own boss and having that complete creative freedom is just a lot more fulfilling, and it makes me generally a lot happier. Those are the two main reasons why I ultimately want to do YouTube full time. It's not because I want to be famous, it's not because I want to get views or just show clout or whatever, but being my own boss is a goal that I've actually had in my head for a very, very long time now. And another major reason why I would love to start cruising as a guest as opposed to being a crew member is because it would put me in a position that would allow me to create even more cruise ship content on a much larger scale, to be able to post more frequently, because as a crew member I am very restricted into how often I can post, into what I can specifically say. When I'm a guest, I would have a lot more freedom and a lot more time to actually just create even more videos and content and just post even on a daily basis. Like, imagine if I could post videos every single day of cruise ship content. Like, that is the dream and sort of vision I have in my head. And ultimately I think it'd be kind of cool if I could even be in a position where I could hire people to come work alongside me and work with me, to hire an assistant or a photographer or a videographer. I'm thinking big now. Like, in the future I am just scratching the surface of how big I can take my YouTube career, and I'm very excited to see what the future has in store for me. So these are the kind of thoughts and visions that I have in my head right now, and I hope you've all found this video quite interesting today. Anyways guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Please leave your comments and thoughts down below, because I would love to know what your thoughts and opinions about all of this is. These are big life decisions that I have to make moving forward with my life, and I would love some advice if any of you have any. It's it's always difficult whenever you make big life changes like this. So yeah, just hearing what you guys have to say, because I know a lot of you do support me and you support this YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to all of you if you have made it all the way to the end of this video. I haven't really done anything fun today. I've just been sat in my cabin talking to the camera, just being real with you all. In the meantime, I will see you in my next cruise ship video. Make sure you subscribe if you're brand new to my channel. I've been Chris Wong, and I will see you in the next one. See you later.